Ryan Holiday is one of my favorite authors. I have read many of his books. Some of them are here. The Obstacle is the Way, one of his all-time best, and another one is Courage is Calling. Today I'm going to share 7 tips on writing by Ryan Holiday, which helped me, and I think they're going to help you as well. So let's get started. So tip number 1 by Ryan Holiday is to collect material first and then start writing. One of the worst thing happen to any writer is the stare at the blank page. We all know that feeling when we supposed to write or we think we can write and we can just think about what are we going to write and we just waste hours and hours without writing any single line, or we just try to write it and delete it and write it and delete it, and this loop can hurt your writing. So the remedy of this problem is to collect material first. You go out and collect your material first and then start writing. Tip number 2 is based on tip number 1, is to become a better reader and take notes before you start writing. I know the final goal is to write, but that should not be your goal. Your goal, according to Ryan, is to read more. When you become a better reader, then only you can become a better writer. And not only just read, you need to take notes. So what I do, I can show you in my books. I underline everything. I just take notes on side. If I open just a random page and I have all these notes, all these lines I'm sharing, I'm writing on the sides, below, I'm writing everywhere. This is what I do. So if you want to write better, make sure you read more, you underline everything, and you can write on the sides, write on the back, you can write anywhere. This book is yours, you paid for it, so use it. It's a two-way communication with the author. So I think this is the thing he repeats all the time, is to read more and to make notes and just to underline anything you find interesting. And the third point is taking notes of whatever you underline. So let's say you finish this book. What do? You put it away and you don't read this for another week or so. So what happened after a couple weeks is you don't remember much of the book, right? Because much of the learning you did while reading was passive. Now you want to make it active. So what do? You wait a couple of weeks and you come back to the book and you take some note cards and you, by the hand, you try to write those notes on the note cards. I have many note cards where I record all my ideas. And one of the mistakes I was making while making those note cards were I was writing multiple ideas on my note cards, which I don't know, for some weird reason, I was trying to save those note cards. I mean, they're not expensive. You can get 1,000 note cards for $30 or $20. So they're not expensive. And don't try to save them. Just write one piece of idea on each note card. And this will help you immensely when you try to arrange those according to the idea or the headline of the note card. So let's say you're reading and you underline something about procrastination. So you write whatever you want to write, and on the top you will write procrastination, so that when you arrange the note cards, you will have the procrastination note cards here, time management here, productivity here. So let's say you're writing on productivity, then you can grab productivity and you can write them. You have your material ready. So this is the best thing I think you can do for your writing, is to collect material and write it somewhere with your hand so that you can actively engage with your content. And tip number 4 is to write more. Is what Ryan says, couple crappy pages a day. So that's all you need to do. So let's say you have your material, you have your note card, then you take your note card and you just write. Now the initial problem that we had where we didn't have the enough material, now you have the material. Now that should fix your writer's block, because writer's block happens when you don't have enough material, I think. When you have material, you can write something. You can start with something, and when you get that momentum, I think then you can write better, you can write more. So couple crappy pages, you don't have to edit or anything. Couple crappy pages a day should be enough. A book is, I don't know 300 pages, and if you're writing couple of pages for 200 days, that will be around 400 pages in a year. So you'll have a book in a year. And I'm not saying you can write a book in a year. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have material and then you can edit that and you can re-edit and then rearrange. But you will have material, so write couple crappy pages a day. Tip number 5 is to start your second project before your first project goes live. So let's say you're writing and then you published a book, right? And you're nervously waiting how the audience or how the readers are going to react. And so what Ryan does is he start a second project before the first ends. So when like he's getting those feedback, he's already deep down in his second project. So this is what I do with my YouTube videos. I try to make more videos before like first video comes. So this is like my habit is. So this will help you to like remain focused, to stay focused. Don't get bogged down with like what other people are saying. So yeah, so try to start your second project as soon as like one finishes, hop on to second one, so that when the first one releases, you don't have much time to waste like how people are reacting. You are deep into the second project. And tip number 6 is either write extremely entertaining content or extremely useful content. I think this will certainly help me, because most of the time I thought like maybe I should write in some funny ways, like I should make it more entertaining. And then I was like, maybe I should try to be more useful. So these videos, I guess it will entertain you to some extent, but my motive here is to give you tips, to make it useful, so that you can write notes, or you can maybe go to Ryan's video and watch him or whatever. Like if you're already watching him, maybe you're getting some strategies or some tips you'll get from this video. So this is what I try to do initially. I try to be useful first, and then I'll try to add some entertainment into my writing or whatever I'm doing. And tip number 7 is nothing is so good that it just finds its audience. And this is true. The common belief is that once you write down a great book, according to like great is like your definition, it will just sell by itself. But 99.9% of the time, that doesn't happen. If you want to sell your product, you need to market it. So I think that's why like Ryan, he creates so much YouTube videos. Maybe that's his marketing strategy, I don't know. But that certainly helped him to sell more, because now more people are like getting to know him through YouTube or through podcasting. So you can do that. I'm not saying like you should quit your writing and just do something else. I'm saying these things are like supplements. So if you think you have done the best work you can possibly do, why don't you market it, right? So this was like what I think this channel will be ultimately, that I'll try to write the best of my ability, and this channel could be a supplement. And even you can copy this same strategy, right? So if you think you can write more, you can write better, why don't you supplement it by showing, like maybe you can post it on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or Substack or TikTok. So there are so many ways you can market yourself, because in the beginning no one knows you. So this is like what my belief. I know some people, they don't like to market their product, which is fine. I think even I'm learning this, but if you can learn this, I think it will help you. And I think that's it from today's video. And I'm thankful to Ryan Holiday for writing those great books. And I think that's it from today's video. In next video, we probably find some other creators and we'll try to get how they do their writing or how do their music or whatever they were doing, right? So that's it from today's video. Thanks a lot for watching.